Alrighty, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You got the Pokemon Professor here, bringing you week 2 of Draft Jam. This week we take on its whatevers. They are Terra Fairy Raikou. So no Urshifu, which is always honestly just a positive. Kind of like TikTok Croc, truth be told. Do I want to go TikTok Croc? No, I want to go Terra Dragon. I felt like that really set me on the back foot last time for not having Terra Dragon. So I want to be able to make sure I can do that this time. Okay. Yeah, I'll rock with it. Good luck, have fun to OG Triple OG. I think I've played its whatevers maybe once, maybe twice. I think it was like in the the John Jr. Draft League. Caracosta, okay. Okay. I am gonna raw Terra. We are AV. I think I'm gonna go for the Dark Pulse. I hope I clicked Terra. I think I saw the purple. Okay. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. I do have the P-Jab for Raikou, so it being Terra Fairy is something. I just obviously am going to need to be able to get a boost from Trailblaze. Obviously I have this thing being Terra Poison. Okay, they withdraw. What do you go into? Pachirisu? Okay. I'll take it. I'll take it. I'm going to see a little bit of damage on this thing. If he's just straight up offensive, doing 38, 45-ish. Okay. It's pretty significant. I don't think you're AV. You could be Psychic. You could definitely be Psychic. Or rather, I guess, Extra Sentry, because it always gets like some kind of odd balarky thing. Extra Sentry is not KOing. Terra Blast is doing equally as much. I'm going to go for the Terra Blast. See if you rip it raw. I could see, okay, your Volt Switch, so you're faster. Whew, down to like 220. I think that's specs. Or did you just like naturally hit hard as fuck? You did 34. So you gotta be specs. So we're going timid specs. I didn't see who he's going out into. Oh, I guess he hasn't chose. That would make sense. Okay. So timid specs, T-Bolt bops. Okay, they go Weavile. Let's see what we get here. 50-ish%, not bad. What's going to be my Weavile check? Ponyo. I don't necessarily need it for... I don't need it for Homeboy. Okay. I'm gonna go Ponyo. I don't need, excuse me. There's no Urshifu, is what I'm trying to say. Hiccup. Okay. Alrighty, and we're back. Going into this, a little bit of a recreation, so apologize about that. But teamwork will make the dream work. Okay, they go for knock. Okay. Not too bad. Not too bad. 389. So we know they're not banned. Right? Heavy duty boots. 389. He did 27. Okay, I'm gonna flip turn. Oh, okay. I had +2. They go Necro. Okay, helmet on Necro. Okay. I like TikTok Croc, truth be told. I don't have knock. I do not have knock. Okay. Crook into Necro. Earthquake's doing the most. They don't have a true Earthquake switch in. Maybe Wheezing. But they go Blastoise. They get a spin off. They're at +1 speed. I'm gonna go Rocks. I'm gonna go Rocks. Okay. Because I could see Wheezing as a switch. No, Caracosta. In Mega. Okay. Okay. I want to go back Ponyo. Yeah, he's got the spin. Okay. I'm gonna flip turn. All the Blastoises in here are defensive. They spin again. Okay, and he's helmet again. So his double helmet. Surf is not KOing, but I'm not doing enough. I think I go into Toothless. Dark Pulse is still relatively free. Right? As is Terra Blast, so. I'm at 200. I'm at 60. So I'm gonna go for 1 Dark Pulse. They flip turn out. 128. I'm at 38. Okay. I don't know. I'm not entirely for sure who you go. I think if you go Weavile, you take a lot real early on. I got to get a little bit of damage off on Wheezing, and then from that point, I dare to say Mienshao looks pretty good. Probably got to get a little bit of damage off on Necro too, truth be told. But I know not to get up rocks. Swalot, yeah. Okay. So you're like, what, max Pedef? Draco is so free. And I did not see... I don't think I saw Levitate. Or excuse me, Neutralizing Gas. So I'm going to go for the Draco. They withdraw. Cool. It's a Titan. Okay. Okay, Weavile down. Weavile down, that goes, what's this thing's name? Hydreigon? I gotta save some special attackers, or I gotta get Mew set up. I go TikTok Croc. Yeah, I go TikTok Croc. Okay, they get up there on rocks. I kind of think EQ is the move. I'm cool going EQ. You definitely... Oh, they say, and then we outspeed. Cool. I dare say scale shot. Yeah. Because I think Core Chain is going to be relatively free. Oh, they withdraw. Okay. 1. Two. 2. Oh no. Okay. Alrighty, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You got the Pokemon Professor here. And as you can see, I am bringing you the Rust on Showdown. Shout out to It's Whatever, we definitely tried. And we fought through some weird little damage rolls, untimely crit against him. And once we disconnected again, we just decided Showdown was the best. So there may be a damage roll or two that's off, but for the most part, it's pretty good. I think I left you guys on last week's episode clicking Scale Shot as they went out into Blastoise. I knew Scale Shot was I had the possibility to only hit twice, but I didn't want to click EQ as they went out into Weezing. And then I was in a tough spot trying to bring Dragon back in on rocks, and then they make an aggressive double or something like that. So I end up going Alomomola as they just flip turned around. And I'm going to click the Ice Beam here. I clicked the Ice Beam so they didn't get free set up. And as you saw, we outsped as they missed a detail. Missing detail is pretty big there because it just depends on what they would have gotten in, right? Mola would have gotten some health back, and we got a huge amount on Garchomp. We do have, because they're super defensive, we don't know an item, but Rock, Spikes, Detail, probably Rocky Helmet, probably Rough Skin. And we have stuff that can take advantage of that. But definitely tough miss. And then they double out into Weezing as I click Ice Beam once again, and I get a huge freeze. I'm not going to lie to you, freeze sucks. Right? I tell them, damn, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Playboy. I got bopped last week by hacks, and you hate seeing it go week to week like that. But I'm going to take advantage of it. I go hard out into my ace as they are frozen, and here I court change everything away. They double out into the Blastoise as I click court change, and then I outspeed and I get the Will-O-Wisp off. They get rid of hazards, but we are able to change our typing and then get that burn off, right? This is what we talked about in the team builder. If you hadn't seen it, go check it out. This is exactly what I built for. So it's really awesome to see that stuff coming to fruition. Being able to neuter that Blastoise, just get consistent chip damage off on that thing. So they flip turn out as I go back into Mola. At this point, Weavile's down. Nothing is pressuring Mola as much, and I get free health back. They try to burn a turn of freeze on Weezing as I just flip turn out. And here, I don't need to go Cinderace, right? I want to go hard into Mew from that flip turn and set up a DD. I had talked about, or at least thought about, going into Mew the first turn whenever I got the freeze originally, and I U-turned out into Cinderace, but I didn't want to take a hazard. I didn't want to take a Spike and Stealth Rock. Now that everything's gone, I'm just going to try to set up and break, right? If I can get this thing worn down, Terra fight, me and Chad. Well, I guess I've already terrored with my Hydreigon. Sorry, been a wonky day, but CC is free. Let me say that. CC is free. So I set up a DD and I click the Fangs as they remain frozen. They do go out into Necrozma and they reveal to be Rocky Helmets. Now here, I click the Leech Life, kind of expecting them just a Morning Sign. We know they're Rocky Helmet, but I get a huge amount back. And then, based off of that damage, me doing 43, right? I don't know their calcs. They know the damage roll in comparison to whatever they got. But I don't. However, we saw it did 43. Morning Sun gives them back close to 50. They're at 71. So I expect them, based off of that set, the way they're playing, I'm not as worried about letting them set up. And if they do set up, I still need to be able to outspeed. Basically, I knew DD was free. I knew that they couldn't KO me in one shot at that point. They could either try to set up a DD themselves and then get off an X Scissor, but at that point I'm +2, and I'm able to get a huge amount back with my own leech life, and we slowly whittle that thing down, right? Or they double, and that's another move. They double out into something like the Blastoise, trying to get off more Rocky Helmet chip damage, or the Garchomp, which I'm expecting is Rocky Helmet, Rough Skin. So I click DD because it seemed relatively free. And here I'm just going to click Psychic Fangs, as they do in fact reveal to be Rough Skin, Rocky Helmet. But that's okay, right? We're at 55. We got a +2 Mew with Leech Life. And even Blastoise, who's super bulky, ends up taking 33. And we're able to get some health back yet again, even after a Rocky Helmet chip damage. Now, Wheezing, it comes back out, and I'm well aware my opponent could start flipping around, but at this point, I've done all that I need to do, and more importantly, I still need to hit that Wheezing for me and Chow. So I just click the Psychic Fangs, they let it go down, and I just kind of click Leech Life once, I eat my Cobra Berry, I'm not as damaged by that knock, I take down Necrozma, and Psychic Fangs is going to give me the 6-0 win, sweep. Little 5-0 Mew set there, huh? It does suck, right? I got double crit last week. I got the para on Ace last week as well. And I know hacks will take you out of the game. It definitely took my opponent out of the game. Getting the freeze on Wheezing was very untimely. It allowed for me to get the hazard switched away. And yes, Blastoise was still able to spin away relatively free. I would have been able to live any hit. I could have taken a Toxic on the Cinderace from the Wheezing and not been in a terrible position per se, but it still sucks. And then the remaining Frozen allowed me to set up the Mew and just kind of win. Granted, we had to have the pieces to be able to take advantage of it, and we did, which is awesome, right? That's what we do our team builders and stuff for, but it definitely sucks. It definitely sucks. I hate doing that. I hate hacks week 1 to week 2. And so with this, we avenge our first week 4-0 loss, I think it was. We are now 1-1 +2 differential. And next week, we will hopefully have a hacks-free game. So thank you for watching. I love you. Auf Wiedersehen. Goodbye.